Welcome to 60 Skills. Today we're going to talk about 5 ways to modify your perception of reality. 1, you have death. If you die, your perception of reality is going to change pretty radically. 2, you have drugs. The use of certain drugs, hallucinogens in particular, will definitely modify your perception of reality. 3, you have duress, and this is typified by things like rites of passage, which, when pursued long enough, will tend to modify your sense of reality. 4, dreams, and this is typified by things like dream yoga and lucid dreaming. And of course, 5, meditation. So let's talk a little bit about these 5 things. All right, when you die and your physical body is no longer providing you breath, your astral body and your mental bodies will separate from your physical body. Now, at this point in time, your astral body will continue to exist for a while. Depending on who you ask, it can be anywhere from a week to 40 days. Different systems have different thoughts on this matter. Unless specific, let's say, technology is employed to prevent this from happening. Most of this technology is rather creepy and very unpleasant and appears to carry a very high karmic burden with it. So that will not be discussed as part of the 60 Skills curriculum. All right, next we have drugs. The use of hallucinogens to alter your sense of reality is a very old science. And if utilized as a single stage, one-time event, under the guidance of somebody who knows what they're doing in a controlled environment, it might be worth it. That said, I've seen far too many people come away with serious brain damage and conditions like schizophrenia from using these compounds to recommend them to anybody. In particular, for people who are very sensitive to energy, ayahuasca and THC-based products are exceptionally dangerous. Next, you have the issue of duress. Duress is a staple in most traditional societies for giving people guidance via an out-of-body experience or changing their perception of their environment. Again, duress works very, very, very well, only if it is conducted in a controlled environment. Otherwise, it is very, very, very dangerous. So for this reason, rites of passage tend to be far more controlled than most people realize. Now, they can go from the very extreme, involving things like the Sundance ritual that is used by some groups in the American Southwest, where a stake is planted into the ground and a cord is attached from the stake. The upper part of the pectoralis are punctured, and a practitioner dances around in a circle around the stake until the cords tear through. Obviously very painful, and it's usually done in a state where the person is dehydrated and the temperatures are high. However, easier ways to do this are simply doing something like walking 50 miles in a day. This is unlikely to be dangerous to somebody who is physically well conditioned and will most definitely change perception of reality around you. Staying up for extended periods of time is another staple of this kind of practice and is also used in military indoctrination programs, primarily to teach people that they're capable of doing far more than they realize. Finally, we have the area, well, not finally, next to last, we have the category of dreams. Dream yoga and lucid dreaming technology is a very old system of changing your perception. In particular, in things like Tibetan Buddhism, it is one of the primary methods for generating clairvoyance and connecting a neophyte or beginning practitioner with his spirit guides within that system. As such, it is a very powerful system of development. And quite frankly, it uses what is otherwise downtime for most people. On a side note, from people who suffer from PTSD and the bad dreams that sometimes accompany this, dream magic is an excellent way of mitigating this kind of problem. Finally, we have the category of meditation. Meditation is by far the most reliable and controlled method for doing this. It does, however, take a significant amount of practice in the case of most people and a significant devotion of time. So here's the rub. Is if you're looking for one-time guidance and you're not a long-term practitioner, things like rites of passage work incredibly well. It gets somebody out of their comfort zone regarding the here and now, and it exposes them, hopefully, under the right set of conditions, again, while being watched over for the person's safety, a little bit of insight into what their path in life should be. However, ultimately, the most reliable way to go about doing any of this is to utilize meditation. And that, of course, is the primary goal of the 60 Skills curriculum. So there you go. 5 ways you can modify your view of reality: death, drugs, duress, dreams, and meditation. Be well.